Mike Pressler is the only person that stood behind this team, and I'll always be indebted to him for it.
To call these people exemplary athletes, that's a symptom of the problem, and it's not going to be resolved by DNA evidence. We need to hold their feet to the fire on this.
She's the one that's poor. They're the one that had the money. She's the one that has two children in college and struggling. They're the ones that are living a life of privilege.
On March 13, 2006, the Duke lacrosse team held an off-campus party at this house, which included alcohol and two strippers. One who later claimed she was attacked and raped in a bathroom. It took more than a year for the case to unravel, the three players to be declared innocent, and the district attorney who led the charge against them to be disbarred. A forgotten chapter of that story is what happened to the Blue Devils head coach at the time, Mike Pressler. The reigning National Coach of the Year, Pressler was the only person at Duke to lose his job as a result of the scandal. The rush to judgment that has left a mark on his life to this day.
You Google up one of the boys' names, my name, and then, on the computer, you saw the word rape, sexual assault, next to your name.
Justice will be done, Pressler soon found the stress bearing down on his team, bleeding into his personal life, exposing his wife and two young daughters, Janet and Maggie, to the hatred drowning his team. 3 weeks into the scandal, Pressler reached a crossroads: stand by his players or save himself and his career.
I was actually advised early on to distance myself from them. And at that time, that was like blasphemy. You're telling me that? We don't run. We don't quit. That's not how we're made. You finish, you sign on, you finish what you start at all costs. That's it, you finish it.
With the rape scandal at full boil here at Duke, Pressler was summoned to the office of then athletic director Joe Oliva, where he was issued an ultimatum: resign immediately or risk being fired. So Pressler resigned, the sacrificial lamb needed to appease protesters and protect the school's gold-plated image. Almost overnight, the reigning National Coach of the Year had become toxic, an untouchable in the world of college lacrosse. Pressler applied and was turned down for volunteer high school positions, but he still hadn't hit rock bottom. That happened at his alma mater, Washington and Lee, where Pressler had been the captain of both the lacrosse and football teams. What happens there?
Wouldn't even get an interview on campus. They met me at a rest stop in Lynchburg, Virginia. Was not allowed to interview on campus.
Did you get to the point where you thought, I'm never going to coach again?
I did for a little bit during that time, but then this hits me like a lightning bolt today. If I don't coach again, they've won, and they were not going to win. Some 700 miles away in Smithfield, Rhode Island, Bryant University President Ron Makeley was in the midst of rebuilding his athletic department. He did something no one else had done. He listened and started searching for the truth. Where others saw risk, Makeley saw opportunity. He hired Pressler in August of 2006 to take over a nondescript Division II program. Everybody got caught up in the Roman numeral, Division I. How could you take a Division II job? Coaching for me has always been pure. The Roman numeral never mattered. The limelight never mattered. I didn't get into this for any of that.
On the wings for the Bulldogs.
His leadership has turned a Division II afterthought into a legitimate top 20 Division I program.
Oh, makes the save!
Last year, his Bulldogs reached the quarterfinals in the NCAA tournament after knocking off number 2 seed and 11-time national champion, Syracuse.
The Bulldogs stun the Orange!
In what was called the biggest upset in the history of the tournament.
That is the Bryant team I've been waiting to see for the last 6 games.
Loyalty and respect are the links that tie Pressler to his current and former players. Several from his 2006 Duke team, including some who were caught up in the controversy, have gone so far as to donate funds to Bryant's program. Given Bryant's rise, it should come as no surprise that Pressler's turned down more money from a half-dozen elite programs.
We got better today.
Who have long since forgotten about Duke.
And I know every year since that case was dismissed, big schools have come to him and said, we'll pay you 3 times. We'll give you camps. We'll give you the perks. You'll have the beautiful locker room campus environment that you can't get at a small school like Bryant. And he's never come to me and said, Ron, can you match this offer? He has made a commitment to stay here. And that kind of loyalty, which he showed to his team, and which his team ultimately showed back to him, is something that's very rare in society today.
You know, for me to turn and leave a place and the administration that has given me and my family so much, and to go do it somewhere else, I couldn't live with myself.